All right, hi guys, welcome to my first ever reading vlog. Actually, funny story, me and Nuriel went to Austin last week and I filmed it all. However, I filmed it incorrectly. Like I filmed it on my phone vertically, so all the video just like is not usable, unfortunately, for YouTube. However, I am gonna edit and I'm gonna put it on TikTok. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, you can go ahead and do that. So that was actually the first like vlog that I filmed that didn't work out, but that's okay because this is a learning process. I'm new to YouTube. So yeah, today is Tuesday. I just made dinner and then it's actually so nice outside, so I might read on the balcony for a little bit. My plan for the rest of the day is probably just chill, read, eat my dinner, and you know, probably have an early night. Right now I'm reading this book called Before We Were Strangers by Brendan Novak. I don't really like it right now. I actually kind of hate it, but like it's almost to a point where it's like so comical that I want to finish it. Like it's so bad, like it's comical. So I'm gonna keep reading that tonight and hopefully I can finish it tonight. Because my dad, so I actually just got this book from the library. Hold on. So I just got the House of Flame and Shadow, like the third book in the Crescent City. I think it's supposed to be a trilogy by Sarah J. Maas. I didn't realize how big this book was. Holy shit. It's like almost 1,000. I think this might be the longest book I'll ever have read when I read it. But yeah, I just got it from the library. My dad got it for me, or he like picked it up for me. I was on hold for a while, so I'm trying to finish the Before We Were Strangers so I could start that book because I feel like that's gonna take me a minute. And then I also got the second book in What Darker Shade of Magic. I got the second book, so this one's called A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. So I have a bunch of books that I want to get to, and I'm kind of like anticipating that they're gonna be good. Actually, I heard not great things about the third book of the Crescent City trilogy, but I don't know, I'm excited for it. I really like that series. I think it's one of her better ones. I mean, actually, I love everything that she writes, so I'm excited for it. But yeah, I kind of want to get through this like bad book so that for some reason, like, I don't know, I'm hyping myself up. Like if I read like a super bad book and then a book that I know I'm gonna like, hopefully it's even better because I just came off like a really bad book. That's kind of my hope. So yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm gonna do tonight. All right, so it is Friday. Thank God. Work has been so busy this week, so sorry. I didn't really vlog that much either Wednesday or Thursday. And I also didn't get that much reading done because I was so mentally exhausted. But I did finish this book. Thank God. This book I thought was hoping I would finish it in like 2 days, and it just took me longer because I hated this so much. And like most people would be like, why didn't you just stop reading it? And like I should have. Like I really should have, but I don't know. I kept telling myself like I needed to know what happens, but like the author pretty much tells you who the murderer is, like from the get-go. So I don't know. I really don't know what I was thinking. Actually, funny story. So there's a book called Before We Were Strangers by somebody else, and it's like a romantic book, and it's, I can't even remember what it's called, but I'll put like the picture here. That was the book that I was intending on checking out from the library. However, they didn't have it at my library. They only had this book, and I just kind of assumed it was the same book. I don't know why. So I like got this book instead. Anyways, so what this book is about is this girl Sloane, when she was like 5 years old, she like heard her parents fighting, and she like heard her like dad like hit her mom. The next day, like her mom is like mysteriously gone, and like her dad says you know, the mom ran away, and then they like never hear from the mom again. And then like Sloane like doesn't believe it, and then like when she's adult, she like leaves the town because like she just like is like, I don't believe my father, I think he killed my mom, blah blah blah. And then she like has some life events happen, and she decides that she's gonna come back to this town and like figure out what happens to her mom. However, of course, when she left this town, she also left the love of her life, her high school sweetheart, and she also left her best friend. And like when she left, her best friend and her high school sweetheart like got together, had a child, and like got married, and then also got divorced. And so there's that. I would say this book was like 95% that drama. Like it had nothing to do with the murder. Like I think so, like the whole premise of this girl, like Sloane, the whole time she was like, I need to know what happened to my mom, I need to know what happened to my mom. And I think I got to like page 200 was like the first like instance that she actually learned anything new about her mom, or like about what happened. Like page 200, there's only like 370 pages in this book. Like this book was so bad, and like her dad was such an asshole. And like also I was thinking about it yesterday, like her and her dad did not talk to each other until like the last chapter. So like she was in this town, and like her dad knew she was in this town, and like knew that she was trying to find like proof of like what happened to her mom, and like he was like manipulating all these other people to like be like, don't help Sloane, like blah blah blah. But like they never communicated, like they never saw each other until like the last chapter of this book. I hated this book. Like I can't even explain it. Like this, I gave it a 1.5 stars because I finished it. So for my rating system, usually if I don't finish a book, it gets 1 star, and then 2 stars is like I somehow managed to finish it, but it was like not good. This is like 1.5. Like I really should have stopped, and I knew I should have stopped probably like the 3rd chapter, but I convinced myself that this was going to be good, and like I was going to find the next book talk book, if I'm being honest with you, and that didn't happen, and I learned my lesson. So I don't recommend this book like at all. And if you liked this book, I would love to know why. Like if you could explain to me why you liked this book. I'm trying to like be genuine about it, but that's okay. So I'm done with that, and it's Friday, and that means I get to read all weekend because we don't have any plans, which I'm so excited about. So I think, I don't know what I want to start, but I'm thinking I'm gonna start this because 1, it's so massive, and also I've been waiting. I like don't know any spoilers, so I've like managed to like be off TikTok. Like whenever I would see people talk about this, I'd like swipe super fast. So like I don't know any spoilers. I just know that people didn't really like this one that much. To be honest, I don't really remember what happened in the last book, so I might do like one of the, like I might like read a synopsis, or maybe like watch a YouTube video and someone can like speed me up on like what happened in the last book. But I have so many other books that I need to read. Like my dad gets me books from the library because I live in the city, and Chicago's public library sucks, and their wait lists, like if you put a book on hold, like you will literally be on hold for months and months and months. And my parents live in the suburbs, so I will put books on hold, and he will pick them up from the library, and then he'll bring them to me. So he just brought me this book. Like this Monday he brought me this book, and he's brought me some other books that I had put on hold like a couple weeks ago, but like there's been, obviously I check out more books than I can read, if I'm being honest. So like I have books that are like due like somewhat soon, and I haven't started them, but then it's like, but I want to read this. But then I'm thinking it's like, this is like 1,000 pages, but also I'm gonna just read this. I'm just gonna read this. I feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna read this. We'll see how long it takes me. I feel like it'll probably take me a solid 2 weeks, if I'm being honest with you, but that's okay. But yeah, so I think plans for today, it's Friday night movie night. Nuriel and I always watch movies, so we're gonna order food, and then probably watch a movie, and then usually after the movie Nuriel will like play video games and I'll read, and then yeah. All right, so it's the next day. It's Saturday. I've had like a pretty chill morning this morning. We went to Dunkin' and we also went to the dog park. So I'm gonna start reading now. But to be honest, I like did not get that far in this book last night. I only read the prologue, and like as I was reading it, I literally could not remember a single thing that had happened in A House, a Sky, and Breath. So this morning I watched a YouTube video by Becca in the Books. I'll link it down below. It's like a 37-minute video, but she pretty much like goes through the whole entire book, and it was actually super helpful. So now I kind of remember things. And so I'm gonna start reading this again. Or I'm gonna start chapter 1 right now. I'm gonna start reading this and we'll see how much I remember. I'm getting a little nervous because I saw some TikToks from like my favorite like book talkers, and like some of them didn't finish this book. And so now I'm getting a little nervous that I'm not gonna like this book. So, but we'll see. I'm trying to like not let other people's reviews get in the way. Because to be honest, so about the Sarah J. Maas universe, if you know anything about it, like it's so popular. I actually read Crescent City first because I didn't realize that Sarah J. Maas like had this like whole other series. So I read Crescent City first, and then I read House of Sky and Breath, and then I recently read A Court of Thorn series like a month or two ago. Like I bought all the books and I read through all the books. So when I finished A House of Sky and Breath, I didn't know who Rysand was. Everyone was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I literally had no idea who he was. So when I read the Of Rose and Thorns, I was like, oh, like this is why everyone was freaking out. And to be honest, like these books are slow because they're so huge, but like I loved those books. And I also loved A Court of Thorn and Roses books as well. So this was like my first love for Sarah J. Maas. And I haven't read her other Thorn of Glass, her other like really big series. I haven't read that. And I heard that like some stuff from that series also comes into this book as well. So this was like my first love from Sarah J. Maas. Like I know like some people are like I think A Glass of Throne or whatever that series is called, like that was like her first series. So like that's where she like really grew her fan base. And then I feel like everyone's obsessed with The Court of Rose and Thorns. And then like not that many people love like the Crescent City series or trilogy, but like that's my first love of hers. So like I don't want this book to not be good. And I'm a little worried now, but we'll see. I'm gonna start reading it, and then I'll report back to you guys of how far I get. Okay, so I just finished the first chapter. I'm actually really glad that I read A Court of Rose and Thorns before reading this, because the first, like, they're talking to Rysand, Armin, and Azriel. Oh my god, I always say his name wrong, but I wouldn't have any idea who these people were if I hadn't read that series. So if you haven't read those series yet, but you've read A Crescent, like don't read this book until you read that series first. Wow, I'm like really glad. I really had no intention of reading that series until my friend told me like how good it was, so I read it. And I'm really glad, because I literally would have no idea what was going on in this first chapter if I had not read that series. Okay, and we continue. Alright, hi guys, so it is Sunday night. I've had like a pretty eventful day. My sister and I got face masks done. It was like a Christmas gift that we just did now, because just like scheduling and stuff like that, and it was so much fun. Highly recommend. And then me and like my really close friends and my sister, we all went and like painted some pottery, and then we got dinner and then ice cream because it was just like a really nice day in Chicago. So it's like been a really eventful day. It's like 8 o'clock now. I'm just gonna read my book and probably just like go to bed. So I'm probably gonna end the vlog here. I do want to so I'm like 200 pages into this book, and I just want to say I don't know why people were like hating on this book. I mean, maybe it's gonna get boring and like slow down, because like it is like almost like 900 pages, so obviously I still have like a long way to go. But like I'm thoroughly enjoying this. And again, I don't know, like I said at the beginning, like the Crescent City books are the first ones that I like read of Sarah J Maas, and like I love them. And I know like a lot of people like read her other stuff first and then those books, and like didn't like the series as much. So maybe that's why like I don't know, like this, like I did have to watch a recap because I kind of forgot what happened in the second book, but like these books to me feel like home. Like I just like love reading about these characters. And then I also like reading, because I just also read the ACOTAR series, like I love reading them in this too. Like all these characters just like feel like, I don't want to say home, but like they feel like home to me. Like it all feels very familiar, and I really, really like it. So I'm gonna read this, then probably go to bed because I have to get up early tomorrow for work. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys liked it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what books you're reading in the comments, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.